And sounds of opera and war combined in a powerful performance in Salt Lake this spring. In tonight's Insight Report, news specialist Carole Mikita introduces us to a man whose experiences on the musical stage helped him through the challenging times in the theater of war.
And that's a big part of who I am.
Get Scott Palmer reflecting on life.
That one was epic in the history of hugs.
And he'll focus on family and service in the U.S. military.
I always felt like I need to keep serving.
Scott's 2006 tour of duty in Iraq was his last and most difficult, coming under fire at Camp Anaconda.
That's where you get really low and you start thinking, well, in this kind of environment, you don't know where they're coming from.
To keep his sanity on the battlefield, Scott turned to a secret weapon in his survival kit: classical music.
Something classical, because I knew there'll be days. You know, there's just going to be days. It's the nature of what I'm doing over there. I was hoping it would help me, and it did.
A stress-reducing technique Scott discovered over his 20 years as a member of the Utah Opera Chorus.
It was one of those doors that you see in life, and it cracks open, you just kind of go in and make it work if you can, and it just spun into something beautiful for me.
This spring, opera and war brought Scott together with another Iraqi veteran, a former bomb disposal officer, Brian Kastner.
Balad's a weird place.
It was an interesting book.
Kastner's memoir about his struggles on the home front has been turned into an opera.
In some ways, the war's the easy part. Shooting back's the easy part. Getting blown up is easy compared to sorting through it all once you get back.
Kastner's return to civilian life plays out like an intense battle on stage. His personal war with anxiety and post-traumatic brain injury raging on. Kastner thinks The Long Walk as an opera is more powerful than his book.
There's just something really primal and human about seeing somebody's life on the stage.
And the music more therapeutic, stirring up healing emotions in both Kastner and Palmer.
I think art is the best empathy life hack that we've discovered as a culture. Trying to have one person understand another person's experience, art just does that so well.
It can kind of calm your soul a little bit in a chaotic situation, and everybody finds their way, and I was just fortunate to find something that worked for me.
Carole Mikita, KSL 5 News.
Carole, thank you. These days, Scott Palmer is in the choral rehearsals preparing for Utah Opera's final performance of the season. Don Giovanni opens a one-week run at Capitol Theater on Saturday, May 13th. That was Dr. Carole Mikita reporting.
Exactly. Now it is, yes. Yeah. Well, we got